Hello everybody and welcome to the Discussing Death Battle podcast. I'm your host Mo and with me today is Mac.
Hey, what's up?
And Med.
Welcome to the Halloween special, fuckers.
It's very spooky as you can see from our spooky Moe avatar thing. It's Hive is our guest this week.
I'm the only one who cared.
Yeah, I'm back again to discuss yet another fucking HST matchup.
His existence is suffering. Completely different roster, same guest. Yeah, last time Hive was on was back in the Star, Swan, and...
I think you were on after me, actually.
Yeah, I was on after Hive, to give you an idea. He was in one of the very first episodes when they were debunking the what's it called, the unholy death battle Trinity.
Yeah, Toph versus Gara.
Yeah, you were the Toph versus Gara expert. And were you before or after Xenos and told to keep it short?
I was Boo versus Kirby. Yeah,
I think that was before.
Yeah, because I remember every time after Xenos, Wolf told people to keep it short because he has PTSD. I don't blame him. If you're listening,
actually, I think I was originally invited on to do Boo versus Kirby because they had like no one else, and I was the only one who knew about both these stuff.
And then Xenos, and the rest is horrible history. Like if you're listening, still Xenos, cool. I thought you were dead, but yeah, that was an episode. So yeah, we have a lot. We actually do have a lot to talk about because to make up for the fact for the past 2 or 3 podcasts we've talked about no viewer requests and no or anything like that. Also, the fact that there's been like 2-month gaps between all of them. We went to our Discord and we went to we asked them just give us matchups you want us to talk about. And we're going to try to do all of them. If we get through all of them, great. If we run on too long, we're just going to cut it off. And I'm saying this now so the maximum amount of people can hear it. You're all horrible people.
Like the worst.
You're great fans, but you're disgusting people. We wouldn't change you for anything. You fit right in. Okay, so we'll get to those later, though, because we have our standard schedule to go through. And first things first. Discord beep, of course. Thanks, Med. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So first things first. We have Thor versus Wonder Woman.
I think you mean Thor.
Oh, fuck that. Yes, this fight happened. Remember when we said that there's literally no way they can fuck this up and it's guaranteed to be amazing because these 2 characters are so great?
Wait,
Yeah, I said that. How come whenever I say
literally no way?
I did.
Besides the shitty lightning effects and Thor looking like an action figure, it was alright.
I disagree. I think the tornado scene is legitimately the worst scene Torian has ever done.
I don't even remember that. But yeah, I kind of... Also, the moon bust, like, for being a moon bust, wasn't that great.
Yeah, it was I liked it.
I liked the bit where Thor looked on it as like, oh shit.
Yeah, as she's coming back.
Oh shit, I think we need that.
Yeah, this fight, the animation was such a letdown. They could have done so much more. And they were hyping it up like
it was so lame.
It was so lame. It felt really clunky and slow.
Am I alone in thinking that it felt like that they left out a few scenes?
Yeah.
It just like jumped too quickly.
Yeah, like her taking off her bracelets.
Yeah, it didn't show that at all.
It's actually okay. I can actually explain this.
Oh boy.
So I just watched the commentary for the episode, and the reason why I think it was okay. I have a really bad echo, so sorry. It's kind of annoying.
Spooky.
So the reason why. Jesus Christ, this is so bad. So the reason why the kill shot was probably as like abrupt as it was is that they couldn't actually animate Wonder Woman without her braces on, or off rather. Model is actually just a pair of floating arms without the bracelets, so it would literally look like Thor is fighting like Wonder Ray Man. So
I mean, that'd be hyped.
That's why you can't see like her arms at all. If you actually go back and see the kill shot, you don't see her forearms at all throughout the whole thing. So that's why she had to peer up behind him and do it that quickly. And that's why he get off, because it would just be fucking weird.
So I'm guessing it would be too much work to just construct a separate model. Like, I don't know anything about animation, but it's work to make a different model for the arm.
I'm pretty sure that it's possible to take off the arms and like make new arms for her without the bracelets based off them, but it would take a lot of work, and it's not feasible in their work frame, in their like time frame.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's understandable, I guess.
Also, putting it back on the model and on the rig would have been really, really difficult. So yeah, it's definitely it's possible, but not worth it in the grand scheme of things, unless you're doing a massive fight scene between Warrior Magnus Tour and Bracelet
with a shit ton of rendering that they have to do already.
Yeah, exactly.
And like
that's
so much rendering.
Yeah, but at the same time, they just don't do it at all. Like,
which, by the way, the reason why it was delayed was mostly because, from what it seemed like, it's because of the environment. Because that's just a bitch with all its waterfalls and leaves and shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so the animation wasn't that great. It's not Torian's worst this season. That would be obviously.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, it's not.
It worked. It worked.
It's passable, but honestly, if you cut the tornado scene, you'd probably improve the animation like 90%.
Honestly, I take it a million times over freaking Drake versus
Laura. Yeah, that's 100% true.
Also, like, the lightning effects were pretty bad, right? It looked like dawn almost, like it was just stock lightning. I don't know.
Yeah, they weren't that great.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the wind effects were worse. The wind in the tornado was just really bad, and it made. I say this every time it comes up. It makes the characters pop against the background in a really bad way. It really exposes how action figure-y they both are, you know. So, but yeah. So the animation, we have our opinions on it. The verdict. Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went over this last time in pretty great detail about how it's a close fight.
Pretty fucking great.
Yeah, Med learned how to be silent again. He does.
Yeah, he was the biggest contributor.
Yeah, he had to
by far.
Yeah. Yeah, we said it's a very close fight, to the point that even if Wonder Woman wins in a fight that she realistically shouldn't, not in this scenario anyway, it's fine, because it's understandable. They managed to fuck it up badly anyway. So
the argument exists where you can realistically say she could win, but just
not this one.
They did do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they did.
So
explain how great they did.
Right, I actually can, because our friend Tommy, yeah, he's actually been a big help for the preparation for this episode, and one of the things he did on his own time, because that boy has problems.
Human calculator.
Yeah, he went through the whole episode and tried to point out every single thing he could find that was wrong with it. So I actually copied his list, and I told him I'm doing this, and I have it here, so I figured we could go through those points in order.
Dude, Tommy is like an endless well of versus knowledge.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how much he has. Right, so I'm gonna go through this in order.
What a loser.
It's a little bit worrying.
Yeah, hopefully we should get this done fast, regardless. So first things first. Mjolnir in general was massively downplayed. No God Blast, none of its hacksy abilities we talked about last time. It was basically reduced to a flight, a storm creator, and lightning, and like being a hammer.
And they said it could teleport too, but they just didn't really show it.
Yeah, then they didn't use it.
Beginning part.
That's beautiful. So yeah, they didn't mention the God Blast. That thing that everybody who debates Thor mentions a lot.
Wait, hold on, wait. Mac, the thing at the beginning, I think, wasn't that just
the Rainbow Bridge too? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah.
Not that prominent in the comics because I can't think of any other reason for why they wouldn't include it.
It showed up a couple of times, and it's
a lot of times in his more modern
recently.
Runs, yeah, a lot of times in his more modern runs, he tends to like before he lost the hammer, he tends to teleport places, like to get there. He listens like when he's not with the Avengers, he listens actively for prayers around the universe and teleports there and brings storms and stuff. You know.
But what about like the God Blast in particular?
The God Blast in particular. Yeah, that shows up whenever Thor has a pretty big fight to go through. No,
I mean like he was asking like has it showed up like recently in comics?
The most recently I can think
of tend to show up in general.
The most recent I can think of is old King Thor's fight against what's it called?
Gore?
Against was it? No, I don't think it did. It show up against Gore? I don't think it showed up against Gore, but it definitely showed up against Hungry Galactus. Which so it's definitely still a thing in comic continuity, and it's not like a new power that old King Thor developed. It's been one of Thor's mainstays. In fact, it's one of his more famous powers. So not including it, that's a great move. It's like including Goku and not using his Kamehameha. So that's like an accurate.
I would compare to that. I would say it'd be more like
it might be a bit much.
It's not as iconic as the Kamehameha, but it's a similar.
It'd be more like ignore. Because it's something that he's used previously.
Well, that would actually be more understandable because
you could have
Goku actually stopped using the Kaioken, as far as I know.
He did recently. Before that, no.
Yeah. So yeah, God Blast is big, especially because of how strong it is. We covered that last time. It's a very big thing to leave out.
Was it in the Raiden fight?
They mentioned it, and I'm pretty sure Raiden tanked it. In the tornado, he blasted him with it, but because it's lightning and Raiden's immune, it powered Raiden up. He flew up.
That was the God Blast?
I think that might have been the God Blast because it was yellow, and the rest of it was yellow, and the rest of Thor's.
I enjoyed them actually mentioning how bad of a fight, like
Raiden.
Yeah, it's a horrible. Yeah, it is a horrible stomp.
And now we got Rogue being greater than Thor.
Yeah,
yet again, 1 year ago, I still seem to think that Aang was a stronger fighter than Luke Skywalker. So.
Yeah.
Forget.
That's like anybody who has ever picked up a Marvel comic, and even people who haven't, would call you out for saying that Rogue can beat someone that Thor can't. So yeah, that's more stupidity. But that's on their end, not on accuracy's end. So then there's the time when they calculated the Mjolnir's speed, and as we mentioned last time, speed isn't a big deal for Thor. He just needs to be in the same ballpark as Wonder Woman to match up. They said when they were showing the feet off, they said universe, the panel showed galaxy, and they calculated to 500,000 times the speed of light, which is not fast enough to do what
the panel said. Galaxy.
The panel said galaxy, so I'm gonna say they said universe. That's a problem on their part, but apparently Swan said in another server that they definitely meant galaxy. So we'll give them benefit.
It was just a typo.
Yeah, so we'll give them benefit of that and say they meant galaxy. But even then, 500,000 C to go there and back, wasn't it there and back between
there and back?
Yeah, in 60 seconds. Yeah. 500,000 C is not fat. Like, I don't think would that clear the solar system? I don't think it would.
I remember Tommy saying that it wouldn't even get to the closest star.
Yeah, so bullshit. I call massive bullshit there. Yeah, they fucked that one up, and this is a big part of their what's it called? This episode is they fucked up.
You guys have noticed how they've seemed to have completely stopped showing their work as far as math is concerned.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, that's just a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, but all math has been done wrong compared to what we know.
They did show a little bit. They got a little bit better, but then for sometimes they don't show it.
It's so inconsistent. It's annoying. As for
you learned this in third
why is it that hard?
Just
show it.
Just put.
Yeah, show your work, dude.
It's like
honestly,
if I had to do it throughout 5th grade,
that's a good point. Broken out, Med. who did not get his voice true. It's something the 5th graders have to do. You know, it's such a basic thing. Durability is another point. They lowballed at the planet level. Thor's a bit higher than that. That's pretty much it. That being said, Diana, I don't think even... Yeah, she did get that with the 2 petatons with the EMP.
No, yeah, she was nerfed pretty bad too.
Yeah, Diana was, but they said Thor's durability is higher than Diana's, and like that's true. That is definitely true. It's not a massive gap, but it's true.
It's a solid gap. Well, depending on how you scale her.
Yeah. The Midgard Serpent. Oh boy. This feat. They got it down to 17 trillion tons when they accepted Calc Online, done by Endless Mike, who is one of the most respected versus debaters out there. Is calc to over 10 million times that. So
a trillion tons wouldn't even be like the. I don't even know. Like, would that be like as big as? I like it doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think how much it would actually weigh.
It's bigger than, like, if you coil it up, it'd be bigger than Earth, and they downplayed it like less heavy than Earth. It'd be much bigger.
Like a trillion tons. I would think that would be as much as like the something.
It's 17.
But I don't know.
17 trillion tons is all they got, and it's been calced over 10 million times that. And yeah, then they didn't show their math. The Shattering Planet feat was mentioned, but strength from it wasn't accounted for, which would have been higher than what they got for the Midgard Serpent feat. We're on to Wonder Woman now. She's considered the best fighter on Earth, above Karate Kid, which is blatantly false in DC. Karate Kid's the best. Shattered God was mentioned, but lowballed to thousands of times C. Didn't even calc, just said it's probably faster than light. And they didn't...
I just want to point out how absurd Wonder Woman's face looks in that scan.
Oh, it's awful.
Like
yeah,
it's so
super constipated.
It's so bad. It's one of the worst...
You never know when the acid is going to hit.
It's one of the worst drawn comic panels I've ever seen. It's not...
So good.
Put a thing of the scan up on the screen when you edit this.
Yes, someone put it in the chat when we're done, and I'll put it in.
Get the crazy.
Yeah. So Shattered God. One thing I gotta ask: was the time frame ever officially, like, on forums decided for Shattered God? Because it seems like the kind of thing people would discard if there wasn't, just that it's a ridiculous feat.
I mean, it was happening mid-fight and more than like a few seconds or something.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like Wonder Woman was sitting there for like an hour waiting for these shards to come there. I think it was one of those things, from what I remember.
It's definitely better than any of Thor's feats at any rate. Also, Tommy didn't put it down, but I'm going to mention it. Them giving her tagging Zoom is stupid, because anybody tagging a speedster in DC tends to just be plot inducibility, and Zoom is no exception to that. So it's outliers fuck. Punching Doom.
It depends on how fast he's going. He's definitely absolutely holy shit, flash stealing the speed of fucking everyone in the universe fast. So it's like a low end for him. Yeah.
Punching Doomsday into dust. It wasn't the real Doomsday. It was, the Doomsday virus in the New 52. So it's not really that big of a feat. Superman ripped. These Doomsdays are kind of designed, to die. It's not like the normal Doomsday who gets stronger from dying. This Doomsday wants to die and infect people with a virus. It's not the same thing. That's how Super Doom came out. Helping pulling the Earth was mentioned, and she was given equal credit, despite them negating that for the Infinity feats, because Superman was there. Also, this feat was given a higher value than the Midgard Serpent, which is blatantly false.
I like how they seem to be at least subconsciously aware of how dumb that is when they point out that Wonder Woman didn't even... She's clearly exerting effort on her own.
Yeah. But even then, who else was there? It was them two, Green Lantern, and I think Martian Manhunter was there as well, wasn't he?
It was just...
Say that again, Matt.
It was just those three. It was just Superman, Wonder Woman, and Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, and then wasn't Green Lantern making like a construct to make them move?
Green Lantern was with Superman for a completely different feat. That was with Starbreaker.
Okay. Yeah, so you have 3 really strong DC heralds there, 2 of which are consistently above Wonder Woman's level, and you're giving Wonder Woman they actually gave her, I think, the entire value for moving the Earth. So fuck that. They said for durability, they said she withstood multiple infinite mass punches, except she didn't. They were stated to be light speed punches. The infinite mass punch is actually sub light speed and vibrating.
Under the speed of light.
Yeah, it's under the speed of light in order to achieve infinite mass. This is, excuse me. Yeah, so it's a completely different thing. Infinite mass punch was lowball to 2 petatons of force, which they've actually stated before. It's bigger. They included her weakness to piercing, and it was a big deal in the verdict. Travel speed. And, yeah, travel.
Is that even addressed in the comics, or is that just a fan theory?
It's just a clusterfuck, basically.
It's plot.
Sometimes it becomes a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
basically.
Plot. Although normally when she is pierced by something, 90% of the time it's by something that should be able to hurt her anyway. So
it would pierce
like a bullet.
Yeah, bullets is stupid. As for then they brought, after all being so good at it all this time, they brought back travel speed and combat speed, with Thor not being to be able to react to as fast as Mjolnir control, or as fast as he control Mjolnir and fly with it.
Which I think is blatantly false, because he's actually steered with it anyway.
It's super false. And also, the idea of travel speed and combat speed has not been a thing in serious.
Well, that goes without saying, yeah.
2011, so this is annoying. And finally, the atom cutting of the sword is big. It's probably the debate-worthy thing in this. Whether or not it's actually Haxi is a big thing. I actually searched out these scans in order to try and find the context for it. It's only really been brought up twice in New 52, as far as I can see, and since then not again, because DC. She states when she's fighting Superman, when they first meet or something, my sword can cut atoms, so it can cut you, and it doesn't cut Superman. But even if it did, it wouldn't really be a proof of concept, because the sword's enchanted. Superman's weak to magic, so it's gonna cut him anyway. But when it actually did cut Atom, it did happen. It did cut atoms one time. Wonder Woman herself states she's never done it before because she cannot see atoms. Therefore, while the sword can cut atoms, Wonder Woman can't, Superman can. Also, the idea of being able to cut atoms that precisely, it's just meant to say the sword is fucking sharp. And it being able to negate durability the way they said it.
I think the point that
fucking retarded.
I think the point that they're trying to make is that it could cut atoms in the first place, not necessarily with. They even mentioned in the commentary how stupid concept as far as physics go.
Why is Wonder Woman not causing nuclear reactions every time she slices something?
Or just it existing, sitting there with I don't know.
Yeah. That's not how it works. It's something that has to actually
But I think the point is that it's supposed to be really, really sharp as per Hephaestus, and
no, they pointed out that it could overcome Thor's planet.
She's had used swords that cut Herald level characters before, so cutting Thor with it is not out of the question.
It's not out of the question in terms of when you actually think about it, but the way they explained it is in
way how they explained it. Still
they basically gave it the same thing as Raiden and that it can cut anything because it's
basically
stated, when that's like with Raiden, not the case, and it's not even just us discarding no limits fallacies like is normal for versus baiting. It's just blatantly shown not to be the case. Also, in that panel, it was implied in that scene. It was implied she could barely survive a nuclear explosion, and Superman had to save her from it. So, yay! So yeah, everything in this fight was wrong. They got the basics of it right, minus Thor being stronger, minus Wonder Woman being stronger than Thor. Thor being more durable, Thor being Thor's. They actually no. Because they downplay Mjolnir heavily in terms of how effective a weapon it is. They said, oh, it can't kill Diana because it's not a piercing weapon. What fucking bullshit. So, yeah. It's not... For a fight that seemed like a no-brainer, sure thing, they managed to fuck it up. That's enough of me spurging at things. Anyone else anything to add? Probably Mac.
We're good to move on because Jesus, this next one needs to be addressed too.
Med, can you talk? Because you've been complaining in the Discord about not being able to.
I can sometimes talk, like, well, I can hear you, and then you'll just cut out for like a minute or two.
Yeah, that happens on my end, but you guys as well. It's just something we have to deal with because coastlines.
I hope to God that
are you using a phone or a laptop mic or what?
Laptop.
I'm on a laptop.
Maybe you should try switching to a phone or something.
Nah, laptop's better. It is. I've tested it.
What
okay.
phone?
I'm on my phone right now. It seems to be working.
Yeah, it's for me for recording purposes.
Annoying as hell echo,
but laptop has laptop's better connection. It's just the way it is. Okay, next on the agenda is the next step battle. This one's not going to be controversial in the least, and it's going to be a perfectly civil debate with no controversy whatsoever.
Naruto versus.
Let me just get out of the way.
Bleach is the greatest manga of all time.
Will live.
He'll live. Whoa.
You realize that there's a couple of scenarios.
It's probably going to be Popeye.
Yeah,
that's just a meme fight.
If it's not Popeye, it could be what's it called? Natsu comes back.
Jake the dog.
Or it could be Naruto comes back.
It's more likely
Ichigo.
going to be like Mr. Fantastic or Plastic Man or some bullshit like that. But I really don't see Popeye actually happening.
He beats one of those. Anyway.
Well, maybe two.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic is close.
I mean, I don't know as much about Mr. Fantastic, but the gains he got in Dressrosa, he could be pretty good.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic has good stats and better weapons, so...
What's that?
Mr. Fantastic has good stats, and if they give him, like, legitimately any of the gear he's made with the Fantastic Four... Oh, crap.
Oh, Luffy's fun. But if it was like a square-up, like, stretchy versus stretchy fight, he scales to, like, I think, Small Island. Luffy has, like, Large Island feats.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
okay,
Luffy has a Large Island feat now.
Better like skills and...
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we really don't need
completely.
to be getting that.
Yeah, who cares?
So yeah,
who cares about One Piece? You can spurg about One Piece later, Mac.
Lord knows I already have.
Why is this not?
Because they have even better ones, hopefully.
I'm really worried about that. Because I'm for this. This is like kind of like the
Killer Strike versus Punisher, get hyped.
My inner 14-year-old is excited for this.
Okay, you said it perfectly. Yeah.
As for how
my two first anime protagonists.
As for how the fight goes.
Ichigo, you're so fucked. You're ready to go to the worst battle ever.
I'm here to give Ichigo his fair shake. I think he may be faster as far as I know, but yeah.
I don't know.
Him beating basically everything else.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's
literally everything else.
He's super.
Like the two of the stat trinity, durability split.
All you need to know is that
variety in his attacks. He does more training.
All you need to know at Ichigo, he fought guys who can debatably they're like at least country level. Based off of scaling from Yamamoto.
No, he definitely scales to country level, but
he scales to.
He
fought. There's a case to be made for the guy he fought being planet level, but scaling up to him is even more dubious. So yeah, forget about it.
Meanwhile, Naruto fought a guy who literally split the moon in half.
Yeah. Not only that, Wiles weakened. You remember he was weakened.
The God Hand.
Because he'd let Kurama out to fight like a giant statue. Wiles weakened with only one hand covered in chakra. The rest of them is not powered up. He punched through the same attack and decked your guy in the face. So
yeah,
and that was just a punch. He kind of has more than a punch in his arsenal. So. It really depends, I suppose, how much of a fight you can make. Like, okay, Ichigo's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. Like, at least if it's.
Well, no, we don't know. We know he should lose. We don't know he's going to lose.
Yeah. When we're here, we always work off like what we think is going to happen. So Ichigo is probably gonna lose.
Okay, Hive.
Yeah.
So you're the bleach expert here. That's why we brought you on.
Yeah.
So is there like anything with how like spirit energy could be translated or interpreted as like Naruto's durability? Like can Ichigo just like fucking like attack Naruto's soul or some bullshit?
Yeah, the thing about Ichigo is it's funny. Bleach is a character. Bleach is a series full of
Bleach is my favorite character too. So is Halo.
Yeah. And basically, Ichigo's only attacks are slashing his sword and no, he has no hacks to speak of.
So basically, about as much as
even if he uses
Naruto has.
Even if he uses ult powers, because you know, Naruto does have hacks a little bit, tiny bit. You know, so.
If you give him the truth balls, but would he get
even
those?
then, well, here's the thing: if you're giving Ichigo more than his, if you want to make a fight out of this, like an entertaining fight, you got to give Ichigo more than his end of series arsenal, because he loses everything.
Yeah.
If you give him like,
because Bleach is not actually a manga. It's just an extended meme of Ichigo losing his powers consistently. So. Yeah,
The comics deserve this. Holy shit!
That is partially true.
Yeah, so
I can confirm that.
He loses literally goddamn everything. So if you give him that, if you give Ichigo that stuff in order to make the fight.
No, actually, let me answer that. You remember
around
the final
Ichigo
battle of the series, or is there like even at the most pivotal point in the series, he loses his powers?
Like there was an entire arc dedicated to Ichigo. Legit depressed because he lost his power.
No, he was only depressed at the end. He was only depressed at the end, really.
Because he got new
just trying to get them back.
But he gets new powers, and then he loses new powers, and then he gets more new powers, which he then loses. Honestly, I honestly think that he might lose his fight by losing his powers. It would like it would be the perfect ending.
Naruto seals them.
Can Naruto do that? I don't know. I haven't been keeping up at all. I don't remember anything.
I don't think he learned sealing, despite the fact his ancestors are famous for it.
I don't think Naruto.
Wait. Couldn't he sealed Kazuya? Whatever.
Yeah, but he needed Sasuke to do it, and I think it was a one-time thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's his power though, so like it scales to his like DC, which is making the moon, but which means puts him at like small planet level, but at his max. But after that,
I say Ichigo still wins by virtue of not being a preachy man baby.
This is true.
So if Ichigo gets his whole shit to make it a fight, Naruto gets his truth-seeking balls. Fuck, there might actually be still a case for him making new truth-seeking balls. Like it's only a case because it's not confirmed by canon, so they probably won't do it. But yeah, if he gets those balls,
for the non-Naruto fans, the people that are missing out.
Yeah.
What are truth-seeking balls?
Basically, they obliterate anything they hit unless it has sage energy, which is like natural energy. Think about it's basically spirit bomb energy.
They're basically like ninja antimatter, as far as I remember.
Yeah,
and it just evaporates.
It evaporates. Like if you touch it, you die. If you don't have sage energy, that's the end. And also, sage energy can sense spirit stuff, so he can probably figure out where Ichigo is.
Sense Ichigo anyway, so
even if Ichigo is invisible, yeah. So.
Oh yeah, just a reminder to everyone: Naruto is a series about ninjas. Astounding.
Oh god, there's ninja skills.
Oh yeah, he has ninja skills. Yeah, that definitely helped against the blind girl. Yeah. His attacks in general, whilst the Tail Beast Bomb is just, a big boom. The Rasen Shuriken and the Rasengan kind of attack at cellular level. So
Rasen Shuriken goes through cell, attacks on a cellular level too.
Yeah, it cuts cells.
Which is kind of a dumb thing because fucking a knife could go too. That's how fucking cuts work.
It's like a
lot.
Oh my god,
that's.
That is true, but it's like multiple cuts at a cellular level, in the same spot, apparently.
So
it really,
it's a lot of knives.
It's a lot of little small knives. It's really good.
A billion knives.
It's really hacksy.
So, chainsaw?
Relatively. No, because I could go over the physics of this, but I'd probably fuck it up and be here a while whilst I try to get it right. So, yeah, it's a power. It's a more hacksy attack, and he's put the Tail Beast Ball and the Rasen Shuriken together in so many different ways. and he's combined it with, you know, he has all the different beasts in him, at least like a little bit, so he can use all their powers, and he also has the wood arm, so it's debatable. He's never done it, but he might be able to use wood release, which is fucking hacks. He's probably not. They're not going to pull that out in the death battle, but that's like a debatable power he has. So
also,
yeah.
if there's anybody who like can abuse the ninja, it would be Naruto, because he's actually, you know, I mean, it's fair to say he's smarter fighting wise than Ichigo is.
Oh yeah, he's very stealthy, very good at using his. His numbers game too, because, you know, shadow clones. Remember that one shadow clone?
Yeah, the shadow clones are fucking really creative with them.
Yeah, not only that, he's like made. He had one shadow clone during the war that lasted through insane shit, so he can make them super durable.
I miss Luffy beating both of these fuckers.
So yeah, Naruto.
I came. Okay, so the audio cut out, and I came in at that one perfect moment. Context. I just want to think Zach is right.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even like One Piece, and he's not even wrong. So I can't wait for the day till Deku beats all of them. To be honest,
that'd be
that'd be orgasm.
Completely unlikely,
it's
but
it's not happening.
So
but I want.
Hey, Max, chances on Luffy being on One Piece.
Which who?
Luffy being multiverse level. Is that
I would question why.
Yeah,
I'll
see,
be happy.
no, I get the science. I get the science behind this.
But
he's got stretchy powers, so he just needs to get his hardening powers up to the level they can destroy stars and black holes and shit. And he can just make his dick really big and just start helicoptering and wipe out the multiverse.
I guess he scales to Goku already anyway because of that crossover. So.
Yeah, he scales.
Makes sense.
He definitely scales to Cell.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Cell Saga Goku. So.
There we go.
Oh no, was it Boo Saga Goku?
It was Boo Saga, I think.
Yeah. So that's a nice start to solar system level for you. For you there, Luffy. I don't think there's much to cover here other than the fact these franchises suck. Naruto wins.
But who wins in quality?
Ichigo by far. In my opinion.
Ichigo by far, dude. Not even a contest.
Yeah, again, Ichigo's like one of the cases where he should have been in a different series.
Well, he
honestly,
I think really
they're
cool.
Here's Ichigo at his worst is bored versus obnoxious. Like, one is way worse than the other.
Yeah, I think they're both equally terrible, but no, that's just me. And again,
I'm not saying Bleach does not. It's terrible. I'm saying like Ichigo wasn't really the reason for most of it.
Ichigo is quality because he associates attractive women, so there's that too, I guess.
Yeah, well, there's not much more to go through.
Who has the better wife? That's the thing.
Oh, fucking Hinata, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's not a contest.
Yeah, that's not a contest either.
Only thing Orihime has is red hair, and that's pretty much it.
Giant tits.
She does have quite big tits, but so does Hinata.
They both have pretty.
We've gone to realms that I had a feeling we'd go to, but I kind of hoped we did. I knew we would, but
Please don't send Ichigo to the worst afterlife I've ever fucking seen.
If Ichigo wins, I would be so happy.
He's probably not going to. He's probably not going to because couldn't you imagine the Naruto fans' salt if they did it again?
Fuck them.
Yeah, it'd be great. Oh, I'd love it, but. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna risk it.
You can't see them.
Yeah. Okay.
Best meme.
Right. I think we're done. So we're on to the woman melee.
Are we done yet, though? I think we could talk more.
Yeah, let's talk about more quality stuff.
Let's talk more about the Holy Shonen Trinity. Yeah.
Yeah. No, let's just go watch something good. Mob versus. Go.
Kill me.
What
I think it's pertinent to point out that before even talking about the animation, how fuck this audio is disorienting. You need to go more than halfway into the video's playtime for the animation to even start.
That's standard for woman melee at this point.
Oh, of course.
I fucking hate it, but it's a thing they do.
There you go, Mac.
Nice sending, man. Yeah. This fight. Yeah, it's okay. Before we tear it apart, because we're going to. It's gonna happen. It was rushed because they lost it all like 3 days before it came out, and they had to put it in there. According to them, they had to put it out when they did. And it's being redone. That being said, I didn't think they could do it, but they managed to outdo Dante versus Ragnar for the worst 4-minute melee of all time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw what they go for with emulating the style of the webcomics that they both come from.
Yeah,
but
I couldn't.
Animation was just so janky.
It was really
Besides
poor.
my own mortality.
I'd say it's worse than Newgrounds, but there were some really pretty Newgrounds animations I've seen.
Also, the structure of the fight was just boring. Like,
Yeah. Look,
she
Tatsu stomps him
goes
until he goes.
100% and wins.
Yeah, it's boring. It's boring as fuck. There's nothing interesting that happens minus Mob pulling a Saitama and just like being fucking like unreactive to all the shit that's happening to him, and it's boring.
Melee. Boring
I didn't
in
know
new
with their
ways.
fucking facial expressions. There was no animation from facial expression.
There was one
And it was
panel.
like a slideshow.
I'm not editing it in, but there's actually one panel or one show where they actually didn't finish like drawing Tatsu's neck, and there's like a hole in it. It's really.
So Mob won early?
she got Kenshiro'd and was already dead. Yeah, so this is terrible, and I hope that they listen to a lot of the criticism. I hope they listen to the criticism, and when they do the redo, they don't just rehash it. But they're going to rehash it, and it'll look better, but it's still going to be a boring ass fight. So I'm not looking forward to it.
Wait, do we know that they're going to stick to the exact same structure?
No, but they're logically going to. If they don't, I'll be surprised.
All right.
The structure would be fine, they just have to add a lot more, and then just obviously touch up the animation a lot better.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to something a bit better. A lot better.
Not much.
Not much.
Shovel Knight versus Meta Knight.
It was really cool.
It was pretty good.
It was good. Fucking Meta Knight would stop getting waked in these things.
Zero killed him. Zero did kill him.
It's true, but it's not.
Does anyone know, like with the second Meta Knight, what was that all about?
Oh yeah, we got an event going on that, don't we?
What?
It was a dumb ending.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It was a really bad ending. I think it was from the Dark Mirror, I think they said on the Discord, I don't know. One of the Kirby games, there's an evil Meta Knight, and that's what it was. So, Shovel Knight got beaten.
It's basically to save face, so
Yeah.
that Meta Knight doesn't look like a complete.
I mean,
fail.
but that's bound to confuse like 90% of viewers.
Yep, but who cares? Yeah, they certainly don't.
They trying to make your character not look like a dick. That's very hard to do in these kinds of shows.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for, like, logical reasons to fight, but there comes a point where it's just, you have to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it, but like, look at Thor. Look what Death Battle did to him. I ran. For those of you not in the Discord, I ranted for about half an hour on this, on how awful it was.
Pretty pathetic.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, I know. I was really bored. I was really bored and was meant to be doing homework, so logically I did that instead. Yeah, I'm not doing it again, but just let it out there. It's a thing that goes with these shows, and whilst we can complain about it because it's nearly always awful, there is a way to go about it that's good, and this wasn't it. Because it kind of cheapened, it cheapened Shovel Knight as well, because basically he got beaten by the evil clone of Meta Knight, which was then no diffed by, the actual Meta Knight. You know?
So it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why even do this? Why was this thing?
Well, to be fair, they did do a similar thing on Samus vs. Megaman, but no one cared because that fight was actually really
Also,
good.
because Megaman beat the evil clone and had it dead to rights when Samus came in and helped him finish it off. So.
Yeah, I guess, but
And
it's
same
still
thing
kind
to
of a cop-out ending,
Same thing
honestly.
to a lesser extent with Sora versus Link,
Well,
because Link
he
was
was there.
possessed by darkness or something.
He was
Thor
fighting-
versus Link?
Yeah, I think he was actually
Sora.
He was fighting the actual Link, from what I can gather, and then when he stabbed him through his heart, he released his heart like he did to himself.
It was like the darkness in him, though.
No, it's
was
like he did in Kingdom Hearts
things.
1. He stabbed.
kind of like how when
Link was possessed by the darkness.
Okay, yeah. I was going with like when he stabbed him, he made it heartless, and that's why the ending happened. But you know,
it's kind of similar.
Let's go with
like when you fought Beast.
Let's go with the memes instead. It's darkness.
Okay.
So yeah, Shovel Knight vs. Man happened. It's one of the better one made this season with a shitty ending.
We just wish that ending was, different.
Yeah.
In many ways than one.
Yeah, if Shovel Knight had won, it would have been great, but he didn't. So, next on our list is the DBX, Vegeta versus Zod. Because you can't give Goku versus Superman another world.
And that was a good one, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good.
The camera was kind of autistic, honestly. It was too zoomed in. It was too. I didn't like it.
It was a bad camera, but otherwise it was a good fight. Decent choreography, good story, voice acting was good.
Dude, how much you guys want to bet that there are comments complaining that the victory wasn't real because Trunks helped him? I'm sure there's at least a few.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me fucking...
Okay.
The moment where Vegeta just loses his shit, it was one of the hypest moments I've seen in like any of these shows in a while. I don't know. It's probably just me, but of the delivery, DBZ abridged Vegeta being a dad like he's supposed to be. It was just so good. I almost wish the fight had ended punching God's head into the ground, like caving his face in. But yeah.
No, I didn't really like it that much, just because it's
the animation was good, so whatever.
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was fine. Right. So that's all of the actual content, I think. Are we good here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
now we delve into the abyss.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I just counted. We have 18 user-requested fights here.
Why did we do this? We don't anything for you.
Okay, to be fair, you guys made it a little bit easier on us by suggesting a lot of fights are fucking stomp.
You know who you are, D, you fucking asshole!
Some intentionally.
D, you are an asshole! Okay.
So
apparently.
The only ones that isn't a stomp is Tommy's, and it's a giant clusterfuck.
Oh,
yeah. It could go different ways depending how you analyze it.
Well, I guess some of them aren't stomps, but we have a pretty solid verdict on them anyway.
Some of them have solid verdicts, and some of them are like, just to keep it for our sanity's sake, whether or not we think they'll make for a good episode, and then who actually wins. And we'll go over the ones that we think are stomps or are easy to go over to first, and then we'll save the fucking.
We'll probably only cover each episode in about like 1 or 2 minutes, maybe 5 at the most, and we'd still get under the half hour.
Towards the end, until the two.
Yeah.
Go over for like 50 minutes each.
All right. Nah. So. Should we start maybe from the
I can list them off, I guess.
Maybe we should start from the bottom and go up and then and finish on the big one, or should we start in the big one and go back and go down?
Yeah, before we get started, let's just go over Hive's to Jeff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll work.
Let's go bottom.
Commander Shepard versus Isaac Clarke. And fuck
this
Paragon Lost. Fuck that movie. I haven't seen it. It might be all right, but like of all the movies to make, of all the Mass Effect characters to make a movie for, fucking James Vega.
I know. Why not?
He could have made a Tally movie. Nope.
No, well.
But anyway, it looks like Shepard wins. Isaac is pretty like he's like solid high wall building, but Shepard apparently is at least multi-city block, so it's not a huge jump.
He just Mass Effect just benefits from like having the more crazy weapons and shit, but that's just kind of how it is.
I mean, Isaac is pretty durable. At least he's taken direct hits from like creatures the size of skyscrapers, so that's something.
Yeah, it's something and stuff, but I think like just the different game philosophies have to come into it at some point,
Yeah, one's a horror game, and well, at least for the first two, and
one is a horror game, 2 is a horror action game, 3 is just an action game.
And then
pretty much.
The other is like a series of like pretty much episodic, though not really. Space opera, RPG, adventure, action shit.
Not even just that. You're supposed to fleshy and weak. Yeah. Whereas you're fighting.
But at the same time, you can stomp off human body parts with just your feet. So.
Yeah, that's one thing too. So he's pretty nifty Timberlands on his feet.
Like that.
Okay. So you got this one covered. Or are we moving on already?
Yeah, I think it could be a cool fight.
Yeah,
animation-wise, there's definitely they both have a lot of stuff to take.
Yeah,
against a decent opponent.
Yeah,
there's definitely a for Shepard. I don't know about Isaac. I'm sure there is though.
Yeah, there is an episode here if you want it. It'd have to be a Torian episode, I think. Yeah, but I don't know if it's worth the Torian episode. But if they feel like it's a good episode, it's doable. It's a good.
Do they limit like kind of class or the other, or do they just go balls deep like fucking? Oh, he's a biotic and a soldier at the same time.
Probably go bionic, just cause it's more fun.
Oh Jesus!
It's bionic type.
Okay, I think we're good to move on. Are we good to move on?
I'm not really good to move on. What's it's gonna be?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna really regret that. Yeah. By the way, I get the feeling.
Yeah. The next fight is requested by Proto.
Our good friend, really.
We're going through the best first. It looks like.
Yeah. It's the battle between porn makers versus Zone.
Yeah.
I think we're going to say Zone and then leave it at that.
Shadman versus Zone. Zone wins because Shadman got hit by the FBI. Next.
Why?
Okay.
Why did you?
Because Proto is a beautiful human being, and I love him.
He's a veteran of this stupid copy. He's a survivor.
He knows what he's talking about. The dude knows what he wants. Okay.
We gotta respect that.
Wait, for the real, I don't actually look at either of these people's stuff. But who do you prefer in terms of vector art?
I only look at Zone Tan.
Yeah, it's Zone.
I mean, Zone made the fucking Wakfu art animation and a bunch of other like actually good
I
shit.
love that we're talking about this.
Okay.
The other one is Shad.
This is highbrow podcast.
Oh.
Man, you're gonna have fun making this thumbnail, aren't you?
Oh, this is the best thumbnail ever.
I will put my heart, soul, and blood into it.
No, your blood goes elsewhere.
Steaming.
Your blood goes elsewhere. Okay. Right. Moving on. Our next one comes from Comic King. He asked for Gamora versus Starfire. Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy, Starfire
from Comic King because he kind of got cut off a little bit.
Did I? No, they probably hear me. It's me. I'm getting recorded. So, yeah.
So it's Comic King, Gamora versus Starfire. Yeah.
Yeah. This fight was actually me and Mac actually were researching it last night, pretty much on our own for this one. We Tommy helped for a lot of these. Proto helped for some of them. We all pretty much did our own little thing for these.
Gamora doesn't have shit.
Gamora, the MCU Gamora has been looked into more than the actual comic Gamora. Comic Gamora does have some shit like fighting and hurting.
Like she has feats and stuff. They exist. I'm not saying she doesn't have anything.
Oh yeah, but they're not documented or calculated at all. She's fought Thanos and hurt him, but it was before Thanos was written as like the god he is.
And he might have been faking it.
Yeah, same with Drax. Drax is much of the same thing.
Wait, how strong is like base Thanos?
Base that?
Way
He's
too
really strong. Like stronger than Thor, probably.
Oh, definitely. As for so for where Gamora lands consistently, she's in that She-Hulk, Miss Marvel kind of tier. She's strong. And
planet level, in other words.
Planet level. She's really strong, but Starfire is she's more on the level of the likes of Superboy, Supergirl, on level Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl. So yeah, Starfire wins with mid diff probably. She's just
Also,
better.
we were just the cartoon version of Starfire because we also don't really know much about the comic version.
Yeah, the cartoon version of Starfire has like that tanking the explosion of the like multi-planet bomb thing.
Also,
It
massively
came out to,
faster than
like-
light feet. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm not even, and whereas like Starfire also has feats of like fighting Wonder Woman and all that. So yeah, she's just stronger. She is just stronger. So yeah, it was the good
Stronger.
instinct. It's
If you know more about and have a case for Gamora, please let us know in either the Discord or in the comments or whatever.
Not even just
we
the case
don't
for
know shit about them, really.
Not even just the case for Gamora, because comic Starfire has very little what's called documented as well in terms of feats. You know, everyone knows the shit about like her and Dick and all that tragic stuff that was awful. Like how it ended, that was just bad. So yeah, everyone knows about all that crap, but in terms of actual how she like performs in a fight, yeah, it's not as clear. All right, moving on from our friend Black Shulk. He asked for Rock Howard from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters versus Kazuya Mishima
From Tekken.
Yeah.
From Tekken.
Okay, this is my shit, and by that I mean I went to Proto and asked what the fuck goes on, because I know Tekken, but I don't know King of Fighters that well, and Proto was willing to help me because you know he's my bro. Right, I actually copied what he said here down here because it's actually very interesting and not exactly what I thought. Apparently, you know, Rock, he's King of Fighters, and we've talked before how King of Fighters is pretty strong. Yeah, Rock Howard, he has no feats in the King of Fighters timeline, including scaling. In his adult form, he only appears in Maximum Impact, which is an alt timeline that is featless and non-canon. In the King of Fighters 14 DLC, he has no impact on the story yet. In Fatal Fury, he's top tier, but the best feats in Fatal Fury are things like Geese surviving falling from the skyscraper, which is wall level, and he nearly died from that. And maybe he's not sure because he hasn't
I thought
seen
they're
it.
the same universe, so
No, apparently they're different timelines. Apparently, yeah. And Mai can move FTA faster than I in her wind poses. So yeah, Kazuya beats the fuck out of him with minimum ease.
because he's got devil genes.
Yeah, his since Grant kicks lava at his opponent and certain things, so this is the most you can get Rock to. Is low kilotons and hypersonic. And Kazuya's eruption feats alone are better than that, let alone him shooting down the satellite or scaling to Hayachi, tanking like the explosion of the Jaxes or the Jax themselves, you know, with satellite lasers and shit. So yeah, Kazuya wins with no diff at all. So yeah, that's fun.
So next one we have it.
D,
We have
you're
it
a
from our
fuck.
friend. From
D, you're an asshole. You are an absolute asshole.
Thank you, D.
It's the very tenacious D. So it's 0 from zero. So it's 0 from Mazinger, 0 versus 0 from Megaman X, and it's a complete fucking stomp. If you ever go to D's channel,
Yeah, this
really shouldn't be like broadcasting his channel after this fucking bullshit matchup. But if you go to his channel and watch the Mazinger video,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Just watch the video on it, or don't actually go watch his video, but leave a dislike and actually flag it because he's an asshole. Don't actually. I'm not advocating that. At least not officially. Yeah,
he's just trolling. But
yeah, he's an absolute asshole. I hate him. So yeah.
Wait, so is there a specific joke here? Is the joke just one character beats the other?
Yeah, it's just their names and
basically Mazinger Zero is this big ass fucking multiversal robot who needed like all these other robots from fiction to come in and defeat him.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that video.
Yeah,
one of them Zero is Zero from Megaman X, who is solar system level at peak.
One of the robots, just one.
But he
of
just
the
hates
robots.
this Megaman. He just hates this.
No, he was just wanted us to talk
memeing.
about. Yeah, his memeing.
All right.
Zero from Code Geass.
Yeah. So
No.
Moving on, we have
So good, though.
Vamp, who asked for Hisoka from
Hunter x Hunter.
Thank you! Hunter x Hunter versus Orochimaru from Naruto, because there is no escape. There is no escape from Holy Shonen Trio Madness.
Yeah,
This is our hell.
I hate to say it, but Orochimaru.
You're going full weeb.
He does, easily.
Yeah, Orochimaru wins with ease. Okay, I don't think this, like, his summons are stronger than anything Hisoka can do, let alone the guy.
The Voldemort XP wins.
Yeah, he beats Voldemort too, so yeah, Orochimaru gets his win no matter what. Next up, from Aztec Emperor, we have Death from Soul Eater versus Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom.
Assassination Classroom.
Yeah, I said that. I said that, Matt.
And Death should win.
Yeah,
from what I hear.
Yeah, I spent a while looking at this because
I thought
knows...
Koro Sensei had like this moon busting feat in the beginning of the series, and that he was just gonna fucking stomp. But I guess that wasn't actually him.
No, he was lying.
Okay.
He didn't do it. He said he said.
It should have been Monokuma.
Yeah, so
who would get stomped anyway.
I think the most that Koro Sensei can scale to is city block level from guys that casually stomp him in the class. So
whereas Death, it's like, I don't know, town level, I think.
City.
Yeah.
City. Okay. Never mind.
So yeah, goodbye, Koro Sensei. Next from Brobuscus, we're going through these fast, Nick. Good thing the last like 3 are gonna be debates. We got Saxon Hale from Team Fortress 2 versus Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising. Why do you people who are TF2 fans hate TF2?
They just really love them dying, I guess.
They do, because they put it against Overwatch when Overwatch is near universe.
Put them against Harry Potter, at first they could actually beat.
Yeah, TF2 isn't that shit that they need to rely on Harry Potter, but it's also not far off.
The wizard from TF2 versus like Voldemort or whatever.
Yeah, Saxon Hale is the god tier of TF2 pretty much, and Armstrong rips him limb from limb with no diff. This is the guy who Raiden, the same, literally seconds after Raiden suplexed that giant mech. Yeah, he couldn't do a thing to Armstrong.
And starts beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he could not touch Armstrong. Well, he could touch Armstrong. It did.
Yeah, that OP
literally nothing.
Against the nanomachine, son.
Yeah, he needed a.
I was going to like try and make a joke around that. Like,
yeah,
too slow.
Yeah, he needed the new sword. Don't let your memes be memes. He needed the sword that he actually got in the death battle in order to do anything to him, and it still took ages to actually cut him, which is, goes back to, can he cut adamantium? No, he can't. Fuck off, death battle. No, I'm still salty. Yeah, so Saxon Hale has literally no hope. His best feat is probably his new one of, what's it called? Disintegrating a Yeti in one punch.
It seems like the whole setting of Team Fortress isn't really conducive to, like, anything above high wall level. Like, these are not superhumans.
I think
they have building. They have the very most building level stuff. I think Saxon's building. I think Saxon's building level, but that's about as far as it goes. Okay, moving on. From Jim Bob, everyone's favorite fiddler. We have Nemesis from Resident Evil versus Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. Why?
Pyramid Head.
No.
Because you cut off. I was just saying Pyramid Head.
Mac, just for reference, if I cut off on your screen, they can still hear me because they're recording direct from my mic.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so, it's you guys cutting off that's the problem, but it doesn't seem to be that big a deal this time.
No, you don't get like a word out for me. It's weird.
Yeah, it's I'm looking at my connection bar and it goes from green to red constantly. It's fun. So yeah, Nemesis versus Pyramid Head. Pyramid Head is weird in that he's not really a character. He's all in, the protagonist of Silent Hill's mind. If we take that and make that into a versus capable character, then his feats do not stack up from to Nemesis, who's, scales to guys who crush boulders, which is more than anything in Silent Hill. And
has a literal fucking giant rocket launcher.
He has a rocket launcher, and also he regenerated from, atomic disintegration from an acid gun.
And he's got so much super armor.
Yeah, so Nemesis kills Pyramid Head with no diff. This is becoming a team. So moving on from Jim Bob being stupid, we got which is not exactly irregular. We got from DMUA, who suggested Gone from Fuck, I keep getting these two mixed up.
Gon Freezes versus Ruby Rose.
It's better than Deku. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think if you listen
I don't
to
understand the
us,
connection at all.
if you listen, last time we memed Deku versus Ruby into existence, Deku versus Gon. So now it's Gon versus Ruby, and if you listen to us last time where we concluded Deku wins without his backpack, that's a meme. That's a meme for the new chapter. Gon, kills Ruby with no diff at all. It's a stomp. You guys,
Especially if it's like adult Gon too, who's just like
With the
who,
best
like,
hair.
Which
demolished
is
everything.
highly fair.
Yeah. I mean, for a death battle, I'm sure they'll maybe include it just because it's death battle being death battle.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. probably.
Ruby Rose will drive.
that didn't get
Well,
through.
okay, now it does sound pretty.
That didn't get through. I'm sorry, man. That did
Okay, I'll say it again. Ruby Rose will just drive Gon into despair.
As she does everybody.
I think
yeah.
Gon should just win in principle. Just forget
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah, well, he wins in actuality, so that helps. But yeah, Ruby's biggest weapon in this fight is her voice, which has actually been proven by Blade Blue players to actually be a weapon of mass destruction. So, moving
Right.
on. Moving on, we got. I actually have these series here, so give me a second. Because.
Marco Rossi for Metal Slug versus Bill Reiser from Contra.
Okay, yeah, Proto is a big fan of Contra, and I think he knows enough Metal Slug. God damn it, Tommy gave me a load of calcs here that I didn't get into, and, they're getting in the way of what Proto said. There, got it, okay. Right, yeah, so, even without power scaling, Bill's bullets move at relativistic speeds in the Wii game. He can move in tandem with this. And if we count scale feats, it would take years to list. Hold on, yeah, there's more. I have to scroll sideways. It's fucking notepad.
Basically, Bill is much stronger, much faster.
To give a TLDR, because what's it called? There's a lot to go through. He gave me loads.
Bill fought fucking aliens and shit, and they destroyed the planet or something like that, or have planet-busting energy.
Marco is city level and multi MHS plus with power scaling, and Bill is Herald level without it. So once again, stomp. Moving on. Med, you want to cover it? Med, you want to cover this one? Because I don't.
I know who else could cover it.
No.
Deku from My Hero Academia versus Hajime from Dongo Bongo.
What the fuck?
Dongo Bongo, that's what Pro ZD calls it.
What is it actually? I have no idea what that is.
Danganronpa.
Oh, Danganronpa. All right. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, Med, do you have anything you want to say?
Med?
Med?
Is he dead?
He's dead again.
Uh-oh.
He said that if he cuts out for this one, he's gonna hurt things. He didn't want to cut out Med.
Oh, he's good. Well, surprise. Sorry, bro. They just did.
Med? Are you okay? Med? Oh, no, he's
Go on
typing.
to the next one and come back to him.
Yeah,
later. For,
oh, he's back, he's back.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay, so we're back to Deku versus the World, featuring Hajime Hinata from Danganronpa. Massive spoilers in case you care, but Deku wins. Hajime, the thematic here is fantastic. Does not make for a great animation.
Because Deku
100% of one for all, or no?
I've seen arguments for building Danganronpa and multiple arguments for town levels. So like put them in the same range, and Hajime, his whole thing is that he signed himself up to be given every mankind.
Every what? Every what?
Every single one.
Every single
what?
talent?
Oh.
Every single talent.
So he's literally good at everything?
Yeah, he's so good at everything that he's just first of all, his personality was erased for him, and second, the guy, he's just bored with everything. this whole thing is like he's so powerful, he's boring.
He's a Gary Stu. He's Gary Stu, the character.
Yes, he's so good at everything that he's just.
But is it at least funny like it is with Saitama?
It's played more for drama.
Okay.
So no.
No, that sounds terrible.
I'm not sure how well that would work out.
Better than, and it doesn't like most of the emphasis, the focus is not on it. It's like Hajime as a person. Like usually, it's like revealed at the very end of the game that all the like it's a long story.
Is he a major character? Like, does he get a lot of screen time?
Hajime is the protagonist of the second. His Jesus form, is only comes in at the end of the game, and it gets expanded on a little bit more in the anime.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, so Deku wins with minimal difficulty because.
Yeah, Deku. I feel. I said there was multiple arguments for both talent and building. I see better arguments for building, and so yeah, Deku.
Yeah, not only that, but yeah, Deku can get a backpack. Just saying, backpack shaped like a little girl.
So next one, we have Big Boss from Metal Gear versus Nick Fury from Marvel. Another bitch to argue about.
Yeah, because Nick Fury has fucking nothing, and like his feats exist, they definitely exist, but they just aren't documented.
Nobody find them scans, bruh.
Yeah, we couldn't find backing for this. But if
our soul-crushing research.
Yeah, we could not. We were up front. We could not find backing for this in the 2 days we've been looking. But assuming, which isn't insane, that Big Boss not Big Boss, Nick Fury is on the level of the likes of Black Widow and
Black
Hawkeye.
Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow and Hawkeye. That's more than enough scaling to take out Big Boss. So yeah. Also, if we want to go stealth terms, Big Boss is well known for his stealth. But Nick Fury has been the man in the wall for, nearly the entire Marvel run, which involved him stealthing into fucking intergalactic like empires and shit, and starting wars in order to keep Earth safe. You know all the shit that goes down in Marvel and all the alien invasions that people meme. Oh, so many of them happen. It's not safe. Yeah, Nick Fury stops 90% of those before they even start, and what we see in Marvel comics are the last 10%. Well, at least he did. Now it's Bucky's job, although I think he left it, and Nick Fury became the Watcher. But
fuck me. I wish we showed more of like fucking Nick Fury. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. It all happens behind the scenes with no coverage in the comics, except in like the original Sin storyline, which was really bad. It's covered like in the last couple of pages when it's revealed that Nick Fury killed the Watcher in order to get his eye, so he could like.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So
what the fuck?
He killed the Watcher to get
Samuel
his eye.
Jackson.
No, it's the white Nick Fury.
What? No, Marvel, adapt this. Adapt this right now.
Yeah, he killed the Watcher to get his eye so he could see crimes before they happen.
With what?
Because that's
he just yelled at him a bunch.
Oh, killing the Watcher? He killed him with a gun. He shot him.
The one that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
Maybe? I don't know. He killed. I think it was a big gun, a bigger gun. Yeah. So Nick Fury.
Nobody appreciates my Pulp Fiction reference.
No, we don't.
I got it.
Okay.
I don't care. Yeah.
I do not care about Pulp Fiction.
I don't care about Max references.
Yeah, you cover yourself for that one.
Okay, so so Nick Fury probably wins, but we can't find enough backing to say for sure. He's definitely definitely more experienced.
Better info. Give it to us.
If we have better info, then maybe then definitely Big Boss could win if Nick Fury turns out to be his gadgets seem to be a little bit better.
If Nick Fury, I don't know about that. Nick Fury has a lot of space age tech, but still, Nick Fury, if he turns out to be a literal bitch, then yeah, like in Marvel, then yeah, Big Boss can beat him. But given all the shit he's done, I kind of doubt it. Okay.
Yeah. I just realized I forgot to mention the meta for Deku versus Hajime. I'll put it like in an annotation or something.
Yeah. Anyway.
Because it is really, really good.
Okay. We have next one is Gargos from Killer Instinct versus Firebrand from Ghosts and Goblins. again, I turn to my old buddy, old pal, old friend Proto for this one, because whilst I know a lot about KI, I have nothing on Ghosts and Goblins, and this is the first one that he covered with me, actually. What's it called? Gargos has a small plant level feat, and he has a country level feat in the novels, and he's atomized 200,000 humans with his portal. He scales to Arya's FTL feat, so you know he has feats. As for Firebrand, though, he's the one that everyone's probably interested in, because I think I've covered Gargos' stuff before. Firebrand destroyed the Demon Tower as a side effect of his battle with flanks. It was large continent level, and he has NHS and subrelativistic speed feats, and he arguably has a plant level feat at the end of Gargoyle's Quest 2. It's at least large continent level, but it doesn't matter for how strong he is, because he's slower, and Gargos has a lot of hacks, because what's it called? Firebrand has a time freeze and elemental powers, and that's all he has in terms of powers. But Omen, who is just an extension of Gargos' power, can literally tear souls apart. He has dimensional manipulation, spatial hacks, dimension crossing, portals, and mindfuckery. So and I think petrification as well, though Proto didn't say so. So yeah, via sheer speed and hacks, he murdered the shit out of Firebrand. So Gargos wins. We didn't say who gave us that one, actually, and we didn't say who gave us a couple of them.
It's from Gargos himself.
Yeah, that's what. Who's Gargos actually? It's not. It's
He's in our chat too.
It's Josh. It's Josh, isn't it? Josh Shiki.
I think and it also, is Josh because it's green.
Also, just to be real, I have no idea what either of you just said.
Yeah.
Tuned out for that whole thing.
Also, Marco v Bill came from Mort, and Defect v Hajime came from Defect, or Deku v Hajime came from Defect.
I heard Deku v Hajime. What are you saying?
We're just saying who gave us the request because we forgot last time. Anyway, moving on. We're almost at the end. Jesus Christ.
Oh, did we say that Morth did Marco versus?
We did. Well, I did. Now it's been said again. Okay. We have Rocky from Rocky versus Joe Yabuki from.
He's from.
From what?
Ashida no Joe. That's the name of the manga and anime. It's a boxing anime.
And that comes from AnimeWolfGamer.Rojas. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah.
So basically, Rocky wins just because of Rocky. It's as straightforward as that.
Yeah, Rocky.
Ivan Drago with his superhuman punching strength, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty much just from Ivan Drago.
It's funny because they probably meant in pounds of force, which sounds a little bit more realistic, even though it's just much stronger than any other modern boxer can pull off. But they said 2,000 pounds, which is fucking absurd.
Yeah, 2,000 pounds.
So he wins on a literal error.
Yeah,
we don't even know. They probably did mean pounds per square inch, and they didn't know how strong that was themselves.
Yeah, it's classic otters fucking up. But either way, Rocky has that, and he also outran the car.
Even with that alone, Rocky wins just because he's a fucking heavyweight, and Joe Yabuki he's a bantamweight. So Rocky.
Oh fuck me, he's dead. He died.
Yeah, so Rocky has a solid 80 pounds on him, and on top of that. Plus, he has a reach that's this is based off of figures that I got from a debating blog. I don't know. I couldn't actually find Joe Yabuki's size and stuff, but it basically it makes sense for someone to be this size who's in a bantamweight. But anyway, he has.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Rocky
this manga is as far as speech. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he's just his size. It makes sense. Yeah, he has to be he's 5'1", 116 pounds, which makes sense for someone who's a bantamweight. That's basically what you have to be regulation size. So Rocky, he's a heavyweight, so he height and weight on him, and he also has a 10-inch reach on top of that. So not only can Joe not hurt him with his punches, even though Joe and feats punching somebody so hard it broke a door and fighting rooms full of people. He literally cannot hurt him because Ivan Drago is that much stronger, and he can't hurt him because his arms are literally too short to reach him.
I'm just curious. I haven't actually seen Rocky 4. Does Ivan Drago have any actual showings that kind of support that number?
Yeah,
he killed a guy. So yeah, if you get punched by 2,000 pounds per square inch, you will die. He killed Apollo Creed, and he his training montage where he has like all this super like Russian equipment and stuff. So he's supposed to be like this fucking freak of nature and shit.
Yeah, they showed him training in this state of an art facility, which is where it comes from, because they actually had him punch a machine and it said 2,000 pounds per square inch. It was like an actual. Yeah. Wait, it wasn't just like a character statement. It was like he punched a thing and then that's what the computer spit out, 2,000 psi. Yeah, it's insane. But he's just training in that, and then you see Rocky training in the wilderness and shit in the house, and he wins anyway. It's nuts.
Because it's Rocky and it's America.
And he beat communism. He not only beat the monster of communism, he beat communism itself. So yeah.
All that being said, I probably wouldn't want to see this anyway, just because we already got a boxing match, and it's just interesting fighters to have a boxing match with.
Oh yeah, we haven't really been saying whether we want to see these episodes.
We don't want to see any of them.
Big Boss v Nick Fury could be cool, and Gargos v Firebrand could be cool. Otherwise, and we said Isaac Clarke versus.
I would like to see Marco versus Bill Reiser, just because we haven't really had before.
Rock v Kazuya could work, and I personally want to see Shadowman versus Zone. I think that could be a good, very interesting watch. Very intellectual. But otherwise, yeah, I think otherwise these are all no. These are all very
okay. All right, let's get going, because now we're gonna
Danganronpa shopping and death battle.
We're getting 3 that is like gonna require a lot of talking. So to move on, as much as I like to talk about Rocky because Rocky's cool,
Rocky wins by quality. Remember,
Rocky wins. Pick from Pineapple Guy Carbine. He recommended a really strange one. This is Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Roxas from Kingdom Hearts, because he got cut off there, Mac. Yeah, this fight's weird. It's strange.
It makes sense weird if you go into like kind of like they share stuff, and that like they're both kind of like
they're both one part of a whole.
Yeah,
they're both like copies of a person that have to like end up having to.
It's still really
save the day
weird.
Or whatever.
A really weird connection for especially
it's a solid
episode 4.
It's too heady for a show like Death Battle to really go with.
Okay, yeah.
Like 5-minute intro just to explain why. To explain why this should exist.
Yeah, just to get it out of the way, we would not want to see this as an episode.
Yeah,
unfortunately. It's kind of interesting in a way, just because DBZ and then Kingdom Hearts, their abilities, they could be talked about for a while. It's just that Roxas does not benefit from a lot of shit that
he might
guys like Sora and Riku do.
Yeah, he might in the future, but right now he doesn't. A lot of the insane shit in Kingdom Hearts, he was active before, and even though he's one with Sora got strong enough to deal with that shit after Roxas. So to put it into perspective, Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1, he fought Ansem. He was wait, excuse me. Hold on a second. I'm getting this completely wrong. He did fight Ansem, but I'm trying to think of like he doesn't scale to Kingdom Hearts though itself. The actual. Yeah. So in Kingdom Hearts 1, it restored a whole shit ton of worlds and stuff, and worlds are actually the size of planets, and they have a star because that's how they stars in the sky, a sun. That's how they get their heat and shit. So Kingdom Hearts itself is like massively powerful, and in Kingdom Hearts 2. Zem took some imperfect form of Kingdom Hearts and used its power to fight both Sora and Riku. And right before he fought, like leading up to the big climactic battle, Sora fought Roxas
himself.
And Roxas himself. And Roxas actually had the upper hand until Sora got like hit. Like Sora had a surprise.
He got like 3 Keyblades. He stole his Keyblade.
Well, here's the problem is that after that, Sora absorbed Roxas and became one with him and became stronger as a result because he was now whole. So Roxas.
Yeah,
I don't
know if it gave him a boost because of that. I don't think it works that way.
I think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it's Dragon Ball.
It doesn't work that way, but the fact is that it's an imperfect Kingdom Hearts. It's an imperfect one, so we don't know exactly how much power that Xemnas had when Sora fought him. And then also, yeah, there's some other things. God, this echo's coming back. This is gonna get bad. So, in like Birth by Sleep,
We're almost there.
in Birth by Sleep, Aqua and Ventus fought. God, what was his name?
Vanitas?
Vanitas, yeah, who had the X Blade. I'm calling it X Blade because Keyblade is fucking annoying to say.
Oh god,
But
it's
he
so
had an
bad.
X Blade, which is a super Keyblade. And
It's two keyblades glued together and with a sword in the middle. It has an actual
But
sword blade. It's actual blasphemy to have an actual sword.
it's just super fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's Keyblade, but it's the Greek letter key.
Long
Isn't
story
it Greek
short,
letter?
that thing is supposed to be like another aspect of Kingdom Hearts as well, so it shares like the same amount of power. However, it was also like a fraction, and then another fight was inside of Vent. That was the only like perfect Keyblade we saw, X Blade that we saw. So it's hard to say if they scale fully to that anyway. Meanwhile, Piccolo is solidly small star level, and that was from First Form Frieza.
Yeah, he's probably much stronger because he's.
So we have to give it to Piccolo because
he's should be roughly as strong as Cell was at least. So
yeah.
So we're gonna give it to Piccolo, just on that basis.
He has awesome regen. Roxas might be depending on how you scale
faster.
Piccolo.
Roxas doesn't get any of the nice hacks that Kingdom Hearts.
He doesn't get any of the hacks.
I thought that would be a big deal, but Roxas has none of it. So
yeah.
It
just has the basic bitch element stuff.
If you say Roxas is literally Sora and give him all of Sora's powers, then we have a very big discussion. But
then
that kind of defeats the point.
Interesting.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the point though. So yeah.
Especially now that Sora's going to probably actually meet Zeus, solar system level feat. So if Sora is well above Zeus, we can definitely say. Then we can maybe say that he does benefit from Kingdom Hearts scaling, in which case probably does beat at least Z level DBC characters.
Yeah,
but it's hard to say.
Wouldn't touch
the Zeus star moving feat is just right. It doesn't actually happen in the games.
It did actually happen.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it did. All right.
He made a constellation of Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Oh, Zeus. Okay. So
That's pretty cool.
2 more left. Okay.
Oh god, they're the worst ones.
All right,
Play
audience,
some dramatic music leading up to it.
please do not cut out on this one. I've been watching.
So should I mute Med, lads?
So from Kai Kisuke, we have
From
Anna
Munch.
Wait, Munch from that one Munchlax. He's
So he get a little bit of a fast one on us and piss us off with this one, but it's Ash from Pokemon versus Lucy from Fairy Tail.
Our favorite things. Honestly, here's the thing. This match has been going around the Discord server for a
Can
while.
Pokemon count as standard equipment?
We had a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
It's a
Of
good
course.
debate.
So
But considering that Lucy has to, her whole thing is summoning other people, Ash would get his 6 Pokemon of his choosing, I guess. Just because
Doesn't Ash own? I don't know anything about Pokemon lore, but I'm
he
pretty
didn't
sure.
own them, but
He's been in
worked
legendaries,
alongside
but he
them.
hasn't owned them.
Okay, all right.
although he's
still good.
he's raising a legendary right now. So.
Yeah, still pretty.
Yeah.
Pikachu one-shot a Regice, technically.
Yeah, because rest. Yeah.
Yeah, after an extended fight, no less.
Yeah, it was the first time he landed a Volt Tackle, he won. Then you have Ash Greninja beating... His most impressive one would actually probably be Mega Abomasnow, because that thing has a Blizzard feat in the anime, which is pretty impressive. We have Charizard beating... what's it called?
Articuno?
Yeah. Also, Alan's Charizard is probably stronger than Ash's, and then Ash Greninja is almost on par with that.
Was the Moltres feat in the anime?
I think I don't know. I can't. The blog's dead, so I can't find it. But it's still. I think it was.
So so a lot of these feats are actually based off of the Pokédex and stuff, which some of their entries might appear in the anime, some of them might not. But
They all valid.
Now, because Ash's Pokemon might not have that much anyways, but despite that, they have scaling to Pokemon who are able to replicate like certain like similar power.
Yeah, they have Pikachu beating a Mega Gyarados, and Gyarados is like destroys cities. You know, Pikachu taking hits from Tyranitar, who is not at the level of mountains. Yeah, there's a little...
and a Metagross in the same match.
Oh yeah, in the same match.
Pikachu.
Yeah.
And
hey
Pikachu.
guys, just a heads up, I have to leave in like 30 minutes, so...
Alright,
Well,
we'll have it done.
We'll be well done.
Alright.
These never go over. Okay, the next fight could probably take 2 hours. Never mind.
Alright.
But
I do want to talk. You want to talk about this one, so.
Alright,
Okay,
so
Ned has
so
the floor.
basically, what we're trying to say is that Ash's Pokemon, they scale, and in the anime they scale to Pokemon, and in the games they apply to the anime too, because just Pokédex entries tend to transfer over anyway, and that's what their main is, so they're legit feats. Meanwhile, Lucy, she is a fucking pain in the ass to find out exactly how strong she is.
Yeah, because you have to read Fairy Tail again.
No, but she's just a pain in the ass because she's not really like.
Oh, she sucks. She sucks.
She's not a fighter, but she's more of like the fan service.
Her purpose is to suck. Her purpose is to suck Natsu's dick, literally. So.
Yeah.
So
she doesn't. It's kind of hard because we're giving her the benefit of the doubt with some of this scaling, because it's like stuff characters who were much stronger than her did, but in time skips and stuff. So Lucy fought people who should realistically be at those guys' level. So we're just giving her the benefit of the doubt. As far as these goes and durability, she and her summons obviously would be much stronger than this by some level we don't know. But she should be at least scaling from Gray, a feat that he used to thaw the Sun Village, which was like way before and she fought and defeat like Jackal, who was able to harm Gray. And then a very casual Laxus had like a 13 megaton feat too, and although Laxus is like much stronger than Lucy, we're just going to say that she scales to it just because it's not too far from 4 megatons, and she's also heard who Laxus fought too, so maybe. And then for her absolutely best summon, she has the Celestial Spirit King, who has a feat, and that's the absolute peak that we'll give Lucy and her summons at.
Yeah,
because anymore it's just like...
Yeah, you cut out there, Max. So it's 50 megatons for people who weren't... Like, that's it, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's from the Celestial Spirit King.
Yeah. Okay, Meg, you're dying, so go, let Meg go.
Yeah. Now, aside from the for non-calc issues are things like Ash, he can summon all... He can use all 6 of his Pokemon at once,
especially if it's a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Right. And while Lucy can only do like 3 at a time without using up all our other thing. Ash's Pokemon do not need magic in order to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
They can fight for themselves. They have multiple showings to function perfectly fine without a trainer behind them.
So do Lucy's.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just it's 2-on-1 and the Pokemon
Ash is better at like improvising and like strategizing, which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, it's only weird if you don't keep up with the show, because this is the guy who was fighting the Fairy type gym leader, and she sets up Trick Room, and his big plan to send out the fighting type and have it punch the Trick Room to death, and it worked. It fucking worked. He beats Precognition regularly. He's a bullshit.
He's a master of the bullshit.
Yeah, he pulls off.
Lucy is more like used to fighting like in actual life or death situations, whereas Ash is just a better strategist regardless. So that's gonna give him the edge as far as smarts go, anyway.
Well, every time he fights in the movies, they tend to be life or death situations.
That too, yeah.
And he tends to just throw all of his Pokemon at the problem, and it tends to solve it. So,
you might treat it as like a regular Pokemon battle at first, but then when Lucy tries attacking him, then all bets are off.
Yeah,
Right.
he's not...
And if Pikachu isn't used first, he can act as like a deterrent for if Lucy tries to go after him.
Even if he is, Pokemon, he has like the... From Johto, back when Pikachu was literal fodder, to the point that he wasn't used against Gary or against Claire, I think. He wasn't used in any big fight in Johto. It was Hoenn when Pikachu started becoming Godshu. He has a Mach 2000 feet from shooting down lightning with a wild Electrode. You know?
Yeah, that's much better than anything Lucy really has, even if we give her the benefit of the doubt. She is at max, like, Mach 120 to Laxus's lightning, and that's, like, a really big stretch to do anyway, just because Laxus is really far above Lucy, and that's just assuming because, the Spriggans can react, though they kind of didn't. Although there are some stronger Spriggans, you can argue, that Lucy was able to tussle with for a little bit, but she'd rise by them. so really she's like closer to like some degree above Mach 20, like 2-0.
So yeah,
so
Ash,
all of Ash's Pokemon.
So what we have here is the Pokemon.
So Ash wins, and I would actually like to see this episode.
Assuming they don't fuck it up, yeah. But what we basically have here
and
is...
then just to quickly go over like Lucy's because she has spirits, they have all these special magic abilities. They're all fucking garbage anyway. Like most of them are late fighters. One uses archery. The only two abilities I think that could come into effect are Ares' wool, which if they touch the wool, they become like, it's like a status effect kind of. They just stop fighting because they're so comfortable and shit.
Well, if Ash brings Snorlax is kind of used to that. So.
Yeah, but Ash is too smart to get caught by that prize attack. Even then, he's too fast.
He'd probably just cut through it. You know, most of the Pokemon that we give him have cutting abilities. So.
And then the other one is
fire.
And then the other one is if Gemini tries to copy, like, because Gemini, they're able to like copy other people's magic and turn into them like their appearance. So it could cause like confusion and stuff. And if he turns into somebody, Gemini twins turn into somebody, then Lucy's able to gain their knowledge. So maybe she'll be able to learn like Ash's Pokemon that way and how they work. But that's very unlikely.
And it's not going to help much.
The strength of his Pokemon and shit, because they scale to like fucking 80 megatons or some shit like that and above, like it's island level. So that's not going to happen. Plus, also Gemini can't. First of all, this is assuming that they can copy Ash's Pokemon anyway, because they're not magic, and it's like they can only copy somebody's magic who is of Lucy's tier or lower. They can't copy anybody stronger, and Ash is clearly stronger.
Yeah, his Pokemon anyway.
Or Ash's Pokemon are stronger. Lucy would beat Ash 1-1.
Well, he has the feat of tanking Pikachu's Amp Lightning, like I said before, when Pikachu was amped by the Red Orb. What was the Blue Orb? I can't remember which orb.
Yeah, it's kind of an outlier though, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. He tends to tank insane shit. It's taking shit like being sent into space and dying from lack of oxygen, or being hit by multiple legendary Pokemon to actually kill him.
He's
turned into stone.
Yeah, the dude doesn't die when he should. So it's not that much of an outlier.
Yeah.
Well, so we have Pokemon. The Pokemon are a higher tier city level at least, maybe island levels. I don't know if that's
and that's higher than Lucy's absolute best summon, who she needs to do.
She needs to sacrifice. Yeah, she needs to sacrifice Key. He's much faster. He's a better strategist, and it's 2v1. So Ash.
Yeah, Ash wins, I would like to see this episode.
Yeah, Ash fucks.
What?
All right, so this one is pretty straightforward. So we gotta go to the last one because how much time you have left, Hyde?
I have now. Let's see, probably about like 15 minutes or so.
All right, we'll try to go over it super quickly. If not, then we'll just go over like the bit. But the last one is from Tommy, our friend Tommy. He suggested the Espada from Bleach versus the Akatsuki from Naruto, Ripukai from One Piece.
The Seven Warlords.
Warlords. This is Med's favorite thumbnail. I don't even.
Our general consensus was it's the Akatsuki coming last, probably, then Espada, then One Piece guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Espada and Akatsuki are near equal, mainly because of Pain, but the Espada are just more numerous at that level and probably faster. It depends on Pain literally nuking everything. As for the Warlords...
Yeah, the Espada have more hacks and more overall firepower as well.
Yeah.
Akatsuki have the strongest firepower, but the Espada have more general firepower.
Yeah, they have the
See what I'm
higher
getting at?
average. They have the higher average.
Like you're like
Naruto-
Stark, who can spam city level
Yeah,
wolves.
Naruto is pretty much
That's still
limited
the
to
coolest fucking
Itachi
thing.
and... Yeah, Naruto is pretty much limited to Itachi and Nagato. Pain, yeah.
Yeah, and as for the Warlords...
And maybe what's the name of the shark?
Maybe
Shark dude,
Obito. Well, Kisame's up there too, yeah.
Kisame,
He's
yeah.
at city level. And then Deidara has city level bombs.
Meanwhile, the
But
Warlord...
that
The Warlords
It
fuck
does a little
stomp.
bit.
Yeah, the Warlords fuck stomp both of them at the same time with casual difficulty.
Doflamingo, Mihawk...
Kuma, fucking hell. Well, actually, pretty much how the Espada had their advantage over the Akatsuki, like, the same thing goes for the Warlords, like, they're even higher on average. Plus,
they- The abilities.
all of them, I think every single one besides fucking Buggy have some really, like, not really OP abilities.
Yeah, and
We've got...
the only way the Warlords don't win is if the Akatsuki call in the statue they're stuffing all the tailed beasts in and let them loose. And then literally let all of the tailed beasts loose. And I don't think that's happening. So,
Who's the strongest member of the Warlords? You see what?
Mihawk.
Mihawk.
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah, probably...
Yeah,
probably
Mihawk, because he's the... And then, like, he has all the hype going towards him, and he has the very casual, like, island... not island, but...
Large
level
city?
beat. It wasn't large city, but he like freaking no diffed pre-time skip gear second Luffy. Like he would have killed him if he kept wouldn't get distracted by Crocodile saving Luffy's ass. He probably would have killed Luffy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mihawk's insane.
yeah, Mihawk.
Mihawk has he should be the strongest warlord by just being the strongest swords user in the entire verse. So he's easily at least as strong as Doflamingo, who is, if not superior. He could very well be Admiral level. And the Admirals are fucking retarded.
I think it might be cool to see Mihawk's like solo the entire Espada in a sword fight.
That would be pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best thing to get out of this fight, other than Pain like nuking everything and still losing. You know.
Do you want to go to like the abilities a little bit, like between the Akatsuki and then the Espada a little bit, just because they have a lot to go over?
Well,
we kind of covered like the general how it goes.
the character called Baragon, is this giant like Grim Reaper dude. His ability, I think that his ability could kill any person in either group, provided it hits them. But because it can accelerate your age, and as far as I know, no one on Team 1P that accelerates age.
Let me try to think. I mean, I guess if Crocodile's in like his sand form, then he'll just be.
But aren't they still humans? Like the Logias, that's what they're called, right? They age, right?
They age, but if they're like completely like sand and stuff, and sand is like billions of years old. I'm trying to think if there are any immortal like warlords or anything. I don't think so, but so if they get close, they could have like, how fast does it work?
Huh? It's a miasma, and as soon as it touches, you just rot away and turn to dust. And
Okay.
and for reference, the people who he was using it against live thousands of years, so it's pretty good.
Okay, so pretty broken ability. That's honestly one of the most broken abilities here.
Yeah.
But as far as single abilities, but I think could you defeat him with range? It just stay away
in
from
the manga, he could defend against attacks by aging them before he hit them, but I'm sure that has limits and speed.
So again, if we're gonna if Crocodile like shoots his sand at him, sand is just sand. You know, sand is just
I don't know
billions of years old anyway.
Mac, you worded that way on
Kuma's
purpose.
thing is just he pushes like things, and he can push things that are just like concepts, like pain. Like, that's not going to age away.
It pushes like a little air bubble at him. You can't age air.
Yeah, that'd probably work.
Or if Crocodile shoots his sand at him, his sand can also like dehydrate. So if he's like a guy who has like needs to drink water and stuff, he could just suck all the water out of him.
And yeah, Crocodile's been known to just tilt faces and just start sucking them.
Yeah, or Mihawk does like a generic fucking air slash from his sword, or
Yeah, and age air. Yeah.
and I'm talking about and then I'm just talking about the warlords. But as far as like if the Akatsuki have an answer to it,
Well, I mean,
Hidan.
but Hidan is fit, so.
yeah, but Hidan is fucking weak.
I don't think Kakazu can die from that either. Pain's body's like.
I think maybe Deirdre, because he has like his bombs, but the bombs are made out of clay. So maybe if he drops a bomb on him.
Pain, the thing about Pain's bodies is they're just bodies. They're not alive. So aging them, I don't think would do much to them either.
Well, could he like rot the skin away or something?
Yeah, but it's still.
I don't know.
That's weird. As long as they're like they don't age into nothingness, like into ash and stuff, then they should still be fine.
Wait, who are you talking about specifically?
Any of the Pain bodies.
Pain.
Like
yeah.
Pain, isn't he? Maybe I'm forgetting something. I thought he was like a guy.
He was a
He's still
guy.
basically
He was a guy, but he's controlling like 6 other bodies who like have his like consciousness inside of it.
Oh, if we were using,
Well, those bodies are still bodies.
Yeah, but they're only bodies. They're like puppets, pretty much. Oh, speaking of puppets, fucking Zazori, I suppose.
Sorcery.
Yeah, he's kind of shit tier too.
Yeah.
They're pretty much
Yeah,
all.
Sasori.
That's kind of like. That's
Oh,
the thing with Naruto. They kind of have shit tiers.
Yeah, and Itachi gets insta-fucked because like just slap him with that aging thing for even a millisecond, he's gonna die of his own sickness.
Oh yeah, Itachi. He could just do fucking Tsukiyoni on him, can't he?
But if Itachi just looks at him, then
Umbericon?
Yeah, but Genjutsu, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
we're just gonna assume for the sake of it, it works.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot fucking Law. Law.
Yeah, I should also say that in case anyone like, it doesn't matter who is on the this Warlord roster has changed over the course of One Piece, but like with the high tiers, like they'll win whoever we put. Like the nitty gritty, it doesn't really matter.
Basically, the team compositions we're picking are like the most famous ones. The most famous members, and as far as like the warlords go, because there's only 7 at a given time, we're using former ones just so we could fill like the roster up so that it's an equal 10.
Yeah.
Even then, they don't really need it because they literally just need Mihawk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe you won't be bored this time.
Yeah, maybe.
No, he'll be bored. He will be bored. Like I said before, the only hope the Akatsuki really have is either Pain nukes everything and it still won't work on the Warlords because Mihawk, or release the Tailed Beasts and that would work on everybody, but they're not going to do that because that's literally shooting themselves in the foot because they're going to think they survive. I suppose they can't actually kill Hidan, but Hidan's shit, so...
I mean, if Hidan is blasted into paste, what's really not even dead, right? Since he can't reform.
Who can't kill Hidan.
Yeah, he's going to come back from anything they do to him, but they can just chop off his head and keep it away from his body like they actually did. And that's
actually just like teleport, just like separate all of his body parts at once.
I mean,
blow him to smithereens.
I'm not talking about the warlords. It's a foregone conclusion because we already agreed that they win. But
everybody kills.
Moria has the best way to deal with Hidan.
Oh yeah,
his shadow, and if in One Piece logic, if you don't have your shadow and you get hit by sunlight, you like vaporize.
Though
you just turn to dust.
Although that could be suicide if Hidan gets blood, but he's not going to get blood because Hidan is shit. Have we established that Hidan is shit?
Oh no, he's not touching Moria.
Even if he gets a hit on, we could just easily make it like, oh yeah, I have a shadow clone, literal shadow clone.
Yeah.
So yeah, this actually wasn't as complicated as we thought because we spent hours yesterday deciding on this.
Yeah, this probably won't be a regular thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
How long is this thing going on?
I meant about almost 2 hours.
Right.
We're still under the 2 hours, like I said, and we spent like 3 minutes setting up, so it's about an hour 50.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's long, but it's not insane like normal. Oh my god, I have an hour down normal. Okay, so yeah, this is not going to be a regular thing. We'll probably go back to just 3 at a time. Discord, we love you, but we also hate you. Look what you've done. You've done a bad thing.
It'll be fun for me to listen to this podcast.
Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty fun to listen back to. Ned's going to maybe make thumbnails. That's on him if he doesn't talk.
Yeah. I'm going to be in hell.
And I have to edit it together, so we get to suffer for your amusement. Matt gets to laugh
Yep.
along like the burger he is. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We got to finish up now.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, because Hive has to go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. Glad to have you back, Hive, with this new roster. It's basically a completely different podcast with the same name. Yeah, so yeah, have you back next time. There's a Holy Show and Trio fight to share your misery. Well, next time we get you back, hopefully it'll be for something fun. Next time we get you back, hopefully it'll be for something fun. Okay, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. Join the Discord server, which is down in the description as always, and we will see you guys next time with Ichigo versus Naruto and whatever other shit they spring on us. See you then. Bye.
Halloween fight never.
Honestly.